what a wonderful... Oh, hello, darling. I didn't know we were on. Yes, it's little old me, America's favorite cut-up, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And welcome back to the show. Welcome back to good old movie Macabre. Once again, by golly, I'm all set to take a stab at getting it right. This time around with a little number called Schizoid. Catchy title, huh? Schizoid? The frightening tale of a sicko psycho who goes around doing his victims in with a pair of scissors. Scissors. Make that scissors. It ain't very pleasant, believe me. The idea here is to try figuring out who the culprit really is. It ain't too hard figuring out who the victims are. They're the ones with the big stab wounds. Ooh. Well, it's another movie Mac Biggie for you folks. Schizoid, and it's coming your way right after we cut to the commercial. Hey, wallpaper! Now, there's a swell idea. For the longest time, I have been trying to figure out what to do with this dull, drab studio of ours with the black curtains hanging all over the place, you know. So what about wallpaper in the joint, gang? Let's see a show of hands. That's a show of hands, all right. Okay, so wallpaper's what we'll do, and I'll go to work on it. Okay, now I could either just have someone come in and do it, or I could do it my own darn self. I mean, why the heck not? How hard a job could it be? All you really need is a little patience and a lot of pace. Sure, I'll make a project out of it. Anyhow, it beats watching the movie. I mean, I could do it and watch the movie at the same time. Yeah, that's what I mean. Commercial. Let's go to the commercial, okay? Oh, great. Just what Julie needs in her life right now. Another doggone hang-up. That girl is already up to her elbow in hang-ups, and now her own darn doctor is giving her one more. I thought he was supposed to be helping her out. Maybe that's how he gets his patients in the first place, by pushing girls like Julie over the edge. Quack. Well, right now, I am on my way out to the theme dock, where they store all the sets and paint and stuff like that. See if I can scrounge up a couple of rolls of wallpaper. I mean, they're bound to have something like that. And then I'm going to get a crackin' and get this studio looking good for a change. Schizoid continues on Movie Macabre, but first our advertisers want you to analyze these messages. Oh, yeah, that's the thing to do when you're being chased by a maniac, all right. You find yourself a nice dark alley and you run down it. Oh, better yet, find yourself one that dead ends and run down that. That sign above the go-go joint used to read, live nude dancers. Oh, well. Meanwhile, I rummaged through the theme dock here at the station and came up with a couple of rolls of wallpaper. Not much of a selection, but I think maybe this will do. What do you think, honey? Oh, well, that's just your opinion. More movie after these words. Yes, right now it's that time. It's Sack time. Sack time with Elvira. Well, those boys up in the mailroom are simply beside themselves trying to cope with all those cards and letters. I get them answered as fast as I can, okay? But there really is only one of me. Let's get a few of them answered right now. Why, heck, I haven't even read them yet. Dear Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Same one. Come on, Elvira, you raven-haired beauty, you. How about sharing a few of your beauty secrets with the rest of us? Heck, why, sure. Try these tips. 1, eat lots of fresh vegetables. 2, get plenty of sleep. And 3, avoid having ugly parents. Oh, God. Oh, hey, cool. Look at this letter. Wow, just like in the movie. Dear Julie, why don't... Hey, it's not even for me. But it's such a sad letter. Yeah, ain't it the truth? Dear Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, how comes you don't run no good movies on your show? Signed, I.L. Literate. Well, I beg to differ with you. All we ever run are no good movies on this show. Oh, dear Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, have you ever been to a nudist camp? No, I haven't. I was invited to go to one once, but I just didn't have a thing to wear. Oh, Elvira, card. Dear Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, have you read the latest report on how bad caffeine is for you? Yeah, golly. Just reading that report made me nervous. Oh, and a few quickies here. Yes, yes, no, 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 and yes, but only once, and that was before I was famous. Okie doke. That's all the time for sack time this time, more next time, and until that time, if I've said it a million times, I've said it once. Keep those cards and letters please. Well, just like I said, there ain't nothing to it. I mean, any fool could do this. Even me. Hey, stick your tongue out, honey, and give us a little lick, would you? Oh, no. Oh, thanks. Now, when you know what you're doing and you have the right tools, a job like this is a snap. Snap. Job like this is a snap. Boy, I can hardly wait to get this job finished so I can do my sit-ups. That's what us professional wallpaper hanger types do when we knock off for the day, you know, sit-ups. You know, I've been thinking I could probably pick up a few extra buckaroos by moonlighting at this. I mean, just look at this terrific job I'm doing. I can make up some of them 3x5 cards, you know, and tack them up on all the bulletin boards at the supermarket. Advertise. Hey, what the heck? If I could pick up a job or two a week, the extra dough might come in mighty handy. Keep the old Macabre mobile in high test, if you know what I mean. Gee, I am so proud of this job I'm doing. Gee, I've heard of sex therapy before, but I never knew that's how it was done. Well, live and learn, as I always say. And wasn't it nice of Julie's ex to show up at her fire escape like that? Especially with a bouquet of flowers he ripped off from her own desk. No wonder she cut that guy loose. What a cheapskate. Gang, I gotta tell you something. I ain't so sure this wallpapering idea was so smart after all. I mean, I'm doing a pretty darn good job of it. I mean, just look. But I don't know. I don't think it's really me. Maybe I'm more of a black curtain kind of gal after all. You know, basic black. Kind of like my heart. Oh, well, back to Schizoid after this. Hey, so what's a garage door to her? No need to use the genie. Just go ahead and break it down. Heck, Daddy's rich. He can afford a new one. That spoiled little brat. And I kind of sort of had a feeling all along that she was the one who was causing all the trouble. Look, I'll be as delicate as I can when I say this, but I think the cheese has slipped off her cracker, if you catch my drift. But maybe she ain't the one to blame. It'll happen every time if you go around dressing your kids funny when they're 8 years old.
We dressed you like that when you were 8 years old.
Oh, swell. The Humphrey Bogart looked really nice. I have a feeling all along it was that paper-hanging ex-hubby who was committing all that mayhem. All along. Well, I figured it was either him or that quack psychiatrist. Or maybe that messed up daughter of his. Or could have been that bald-headed black dude. Or that guy Gilbert from the group therapy. Or maybe it was one of those cops. Of course, I was able to narrow it down like that on account of I am a trained professional. I have an eye for that sort of thing. Maybe it's this eye. Okie doke. After the commercials, we'll cut to the chase scene and the exciting conclusion of tonight's movie macker. Yep. And they all live happily ever after. Gee, what a wonderful, upbeat kind of ending. The screwed up patient and the screwed up doctor and the screwed up kid all hugging each other like one big happy family. Hey, Julie, forget those hate letters I sent you. You can be my brand new mom. Nice. Real nice. And the doctor? I think he'll have to start all over now building up his practice. I mean, most of his old patients are dead. And what about those cops with their impeccable timing? They arrived just in time to have the closing credits of the movie roll up over their faces. It's like they stopped off for coffee and donuts along the way or something. Hey, Sergeant, is this supposed to be a jelly donut? Well, that's it for this week's Movie Mac Biggie. I'm glad I changed my mind about wallpaper in the studio. I mean, I was doing a swell job of it and everything till I got to that corner over there, you know. The wall got all lumpy. I can't figure it out. Doesn't matter. I'll just cover it over with the black curtain. Ta-ta, darling. Oh, yeah, and unpleasant dreams.